Hello, 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 Core Qigong family. Lovely to be here with you again. My name is Stephen. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're joining our Core Qigong family. As always, do what you can, don't do what you can't, modify where you need to. I will offer modifications where I can, but more importantly, just really listen to your body. You are an expert with your body. No one knows your body better than you do. Okay, so without further delay, let's begin our physical practice. So, coming to the mat, lower yourself down to your mat with control and lay down on your mat and allow again your mat to be a frame for your body. So make sure that you are in the center of your frame with your feet, soles of the feet on the mat, knees pointing up, toes pointing away from your face, and your arms along by the sides of your body with the palms down. And just feel your spine heavy on the mat from your head all the way to your tail. And try to find that neutral pelvis that we've talked about, where your tailbone is very heavy on the mat and your sacrum as well, but your lumbar spine is very light. So we allow the natural curves of the spine to exist because we are in that neutral pelvic position. So now let's start by bringing our legs and feet close together, pressing your inner thighs together. And if you can't press your thighs together, go ahead and grab your towel and place it between your knees. We squeeze the inner thighs to connect deeper to our core. So let's start off with our coccyx curl. So we take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, draw your navel in toward your spine, curl the tailbone under, so press your lower back into the mat. Now lift your sacrum off the mat, lift your lower back, lift your middle back, lift your upper back, coming into a bridge. So we have a long line from our shoulders to our hips to our knees. Pubic bone lifts up towards the sky. Melt your front ribs into your back ribs. Feel the back of your body firing up. So your hamstrings and glutes are fired up and your arms are reaching long, so you're not holding on to a lot of tension in your shoulders and your neck. Take a deep breath at the top. And then exhale, melt the spine. So allow your spine to roll down to the mat, articulating one bone at a time. Upper back, middle back, pull your navel in toward your spine even deeper to get that lower back to articulate. And then allow your tailbone to land last. Take a deep breath at the bottom. And exhale, draw your navel in toward your spine, press the lower back in, and slowly lift your spine away from the mat like you're lifting a strand of pearls, one pearl at a time. Take a deep breath at the top, and then slowly roll down. Good, so let's do that twice more. And as we do this, here's a few do's and don'ts. So do press your feet down and your arms down into the mat. Don't let your ribs pop out. Really lift up through that pubic bone. And then as you roll down, really relax your shoulders. Relax your shoulders throughout, actually. We don't want to create more tension in the neck and shoulders. Let's do this one last time. Take a deep breath. And exhale. And slowly rolling up. Good, now let's hold this position. And let's do tiny little pulses with your hips pulsing up to the ceiling for 1 and 2. So as you pulse up, it's more about the up and not about the down. So don't let your hips drop lower than the level that we established at the very beginning of this. Don't forget to breathe. Let's do this 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a deep breath and roll down as you exhale. Okay. All right, so now let's interlace the fingers and place your hands behind your head for upper abdominal curls. So if you have issues with your cervical spine, feel free to modify this exercise or skip it altogether. So your elbows are wide, your tailbone is heavy on the mat. Pull your front ribs down and engage your abdominals. So take a deep breath in And as you exhale, nod your chin to the chest and lift your head, neck, and shoulders off of the mat. Now take a deep breath here. And exhale, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Inhale. And as you exhale, do that cervical knot. So chin pulls towards your chest. Curl up using your abdominals. Take an inhale. And exhale, lower yourself down with control. Let's do that a couple more times. So as you lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, use your abdominals to do most of the work. Try not to strain your neck. You will feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck, especially if you're tight. But you want to make sure that you curl up to the point where your shoulder blades are just hovering off the mat, or at the very least, the bottom tips of your shoulder blades are on the mat, but you're curling over your front ribs. Now take a deep breath in and exhale as you lower yourself down. Okay, so now take your arms down by the sides of your body. And now let's move on to the 100 exercise. So we did this for the first time last week. Remember, the 100 exercise is an abdominal exercise, but it's also a breathing exercise. It's a wonderful way to warm up the body. So keeping that neutral pelvis, you'll take a deep breath. And as you exhale, just lift your right leg and left leg to table. If this is too challenging for you, you can keep your feet down on the mat. Float your arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, you'll lower your arms down by your hips, lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. If this is too challenging, you can always take one hand behind your head and support the head with the hand. Good, and then from here, we're just gonna pump the arms, gently slapping the mat, and breathing in for 5 counts, and exhale out for 5 counts. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's exhale with a sh. Little percussive breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now hold. Now lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Hug your knees into your chest. So we're going to do this 100 exercise in installments. So 50 and 50. Okay, and let's begin again. So find your leg position. Here are your arms. Arms reaching up, palms facing away from your face. Take a deep breath and exhale. Nod your chin to the chest. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Squeeze your legs together and continue to pump those arms. And inhale. And inhale. Inhale. Last one. Good. Now lower your head down with control and hug your knees into your chest. Very good, you guys. You probably built up a little heat in your body, got the blood circulating a little bit. Rock on. Okay. Good. And if it's appropriate for you in terms of your knee health, you can sit back in a child's pose, so feet together, knees apart, arms reaching forward, head is heavy. So if your knees are sensitive, you can always fold your mat up. At least you can just fold your mat up a couple of folds. Give your knees a little bit more cushion as you do this nice, lovely stretch for your low back. Take another breath. Good, and now slowly start to walk your hands back towards your body. Keep your head heavy, look at your belly. Shift your hips back towards your heels and slowly roll up through your spine. Your head is the last thing to lift. All right, you guys. So that concludes our Pilates practice. Let's move on to some Qigong. So let's come on up to standing. Let's get myself situated here. All right, so let's stand with our legs shoulder width apart. Toes pointing forward. Soften your knees. Shift your weight slightly back towards your heels and feel your tailbone anchored towards the earth. And then feel the spine lengthen long so the crown of your head is lifting up towards the sky. And then the arms are relaxed by the sides of your body. First exercise we're going to do is spinal cord breathing. So let's bring some energy and vitality to the spine. So we're going to lift the arms up. You're going to draw the elbows back, open the chest, lift your gaze slightly as you take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, draw the arms forward, curl your tailbone under around your spine, and look at your belly. And again, take a deep breath in, draw your elbows back, open your chest. And then exhale, curl your tailbone under around your spine, and look at your abdomen. So spinal cord breathing, again, helps us to articulate the joints of the spine, move spinal cord fluid through the spine, and just bring energy to the spinal column. So it gives our central nervous system a nice boost. As you do this exercise, make sure that you still keep your knees soft the whole time. And keep your shoulders directly over your hips. Let me just give you another point of view again. So notice that my shoulders are directly over my hips. And I'm just moving from flexion to extension of my spine. This is also a wonderful way to open up the chest. We tend to be really tight in the chest muscles. Everything is in front of us in life, right? We drive with our hands on the steering wheel. We spend long hours on computers, hands in front of us. We do chores, washing dishes, cooking. We have a lot of awareness of the front of the body, but not so much awareness of the back of the body. So feel the front of your body opening up. And then become aware of the back of the body, rounding and opening and stretching. Let's do this twice more. Last one. Good, now relax your arms and roll up and lift your head. Okay, so now let's do an exercise called the pump. The pump is a wonderful exercise to open up the low back. It's an exercise that's often prescribed in medical Qigong for low back problems. So we bring energy and vitality to the kidneys by doing this exercise. So we just lift the arms up and then we just allow them to drop and swing. Now we lift them up again, our knees are soft, we bend forward, drop the arms, we straighten the legs, we lift the arms behind us up towards the sky, we bend the knees, we drop the arms, and then we lift up nice and tall. So again, we bend forward, bend the knees, and then we lift up. So we swing the arms and gently pulse into the knees. So we inhale as we lift tall and exhale as we swing and bend forward. And as we perform this exercise, we send energy to the kidneys, send blood flow and circulation into the kidneys. which are in the low back area. But we also pump the legs, so we're giving the legs quite a bit of a workout as we do this. Some people don't know that Qigong could be quite a cardiovascular movement experience depending upon the exercise and the focus. So we invigorate the spine and we warm up the body as we pump energy through the body. 3 more times. Good, now lift your arms up. And now slowly float them down in front of you. Okay, so along the lines of doing exercises that warm the body up, that invigorate the spine, and also activate the strength in the legs and connect us to the earth, we're going to do an exercise called the tiger. So the tiger is a wonderful way to open up the hips as well. So we stand with our legs about shoulder width apart. I like to turn my legs and feet out just a little bit. It just feels good on my body. I lift my arms up and I make tiger claws with my hands. And then I bend my elbows and I draw my arms down. And as I draw my arms down, I'm releasing and letting go of old energy. Anything that I need to let go of. And I let it go and I allow it to just drop towards the earth, and the earth transforms it. And then I slowly drag my hands and my arms up, pulling up that earth energy, letting it move through my body. And then I bend my knees and I bend my elbows and I drop down and I come into a squat position that's comfortable for me. And then I slowly roll up as I inhale and exhale as I bend down. So modify where you need to. I can go pretty low in my squat, but maybe this might be the extent of your movement, and that's fine. Listen to your body. This could also even be done in a chair if need be. I've taught this exercise to some of my clients who have a little bit more limitations in their hips and in their knees. And working from a chair is just fine. So we draw that transformative energy through the body, and then again, we release and let go. So it's this constant exchange, this taking of energy, receiving it, and letting it go. Much like the breath. We draw breath in, and then we release it out, and we do it over and over. Inhale, and exhale. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Good, now if it's available to you, stay in the squat. Press your elbows into your knees. Bring your hands to prayer and bring your hands to your heart and lift your chest. And just hold this primitive squat. Now again, if this isn't available to you, you could also even be here and do it. You're still going to get similar benefit. I'm going to go down here again. Let's take a couple more breaths together. Good. And then let's place the hands down. Toes are going to point forward. Relax your head. Feel a nice stretch along the back of the body. Soften your knees. And then grab one wrist with one hand. Feel your tailbone drop down towards the earth. Bend your elbows out to the sides as you pull your hands up the front of the body as you roll up through your spine. Arms lifting up above your head. Take a deep breath, opening the front of your body. And then as you exhale, open your arms out and down. All right, bring your legs a little closer together. You can even shake them out a bit. I'm so happy that you're all with us tonight. Again, if this was your first time and you just bought a single class, I encourage you to come back again, buy a monthly membership. And if you enjoy it so much, tell your friends, tell your friends. And lastly, happy New Year to each and every one of you. Good to see you, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye.